I love doing these videos. Today's video is all about 5 things I bought this week. It's my favorite videos by far because I want to tell you exactly what I'm doing. Not just to say, hey, grab this or buy this. The whole point of these videos is to say, you know what? How can I be more sustainable? How can I prep better? How can I make sure that to be wise and to have a common sense approach when the world is going crazy, I've got everything I need. So we've done series of these videos. So if you see these 5 and you're like, oh, these don't make any sense, go back and watch the other ones because there's gonna be something in these videos that's gonna help you take care of your family. Let's jump into it today. These 5 things I bought this week.
Always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside. It really makes me wonder.
Hey guys, welcome to the Max. Thank you so very much for being here today. If you are new to the channel, go down here. There's a little subscribe button. Please hit that button. Also, give us a thumbs up if you like this content. Comment below. Tell us what you think. What did you purchase this week? I want to hear from you because when we put all our ideas together, it makes people say, oh, wow, that's a great idea. So what are you buying this week that could help you prepare, help you be more sustainable, help you have a life of stewardship, and also to take care of your family? Now let's jump into the list of the things I bought this week. Some of these may benefit you, some of these you may already have, and some of these you may have not thought of. But some of these may not pertain to you because of where you live or how do you live. That's okay. Let's work together and find ways and means to get better in sustainability and prepping. Number 1, I purchased a new Bugout bag this week. Now, we've done a video on Bugout. We've done a video on the exact Bugout bag that I have. I kind of simplified it just so, because it's so much, this video would be huge. But go back and watch that video. I'll try to link it below. But the Bugout video talks about some of the things that you're going to need. And this is something that we keep in our vehicles anywhere we go other than when we're home. We also keep them right by the door. I have 2 hanging on the wall, pretty much right when you walk out. But these Bugout bags are very, very important. Remember, we're going to be going out of town and doing an Okie Homesteading Expo and speaking. So we went through our bags and said, you know what, it may be nice to pick up another one of these just to have, just in case. That puts us, you know, about 8 hours away from the house, so I want to make sure that we're prepared. Now, we have a whole Bugout trailer. We have a whole Bugout list that we've went over in tons of videos. You can find those in our stockpile videos. But this week I purchased a new Bugout bag. Now the purpose of the Bugout bag is to know that if I had to get out real quick, if I had a go bag, some people call them 3-day bags, survival bags, it's just a way to say, you know what, I'm ready just in case. I won't go through the list of stuff I have, but go check out a true Bugout bag and what you could put in it. Anything dealing with survival is key to have in there. It's basically an abbreviated version of your supply at home. So it'd be a great number 1 to have and purchase. Remember, this time of year, a lot of that hunting supplies and things like that is going on sale. That may be a great Bugout bag option for you. Number 2, you know, I told you about buying seeds and we bought some new raised beds. Again, always trying to grow more and more and more. So this week I purchased a lot more potting soil. I bought it in bulk so I could save money. So I called a local kind of producer and said, when you're going to have a new compost or a new manure mix, I would like to purchase it so I can help build up my soil. And that comes down to if you have rocky soil, if you're trying to fill up raised beds, if you just are wanting to make a area better. Now, we have animals and we use animals for that reason. However, we're making new gardens all the time. So number 2, I bought new potting mix or new manure mix or compost so we can start building up soil. Until you start growing some of your own food, until you start growing some of your own herbs and natural remedies, until you start learning how to produce somewhat of your food, you're going to have a broken food system and you're always going to depend on someone else to do it for you. So I mean, this is so cheap and so easy. Hey, here's an idea. If you can't go buy truckloads of bulk potting soil because it doesn't benefit you, I have a video on where I literally took a organic potting soil mix and I cut the bag open, sprinkled lettuce in it, and shown you how to literally grow right into a potting soil bag. You can do that with any kind of leafy greens. You can also do that with smaller crops. You can do that with radishes. You can do that with onions and garlic if you wanted to. Anything that can grow in container can grow in those bags. So say you want to try to save money, go to Walmart, go to Home Depot, buy a small organic potting soil mix and literally cut the top off. Get you some seeds of something that grows pretty minimal things. You can't grow corn in it, people, and tomatoes, but you can grow little things in there and learn to grow some things right in that bag. It's a ready-made raised bed. Before we get to number 3, I want to introduce the sponsor of today's video. The reason we do these videos is to try to help you. Well, then a lot of times people say, Colby, I can't even afford my own bills. I have too much debt. This is way too much for me. Well, that's the purpose of today's sponsor, because we want you to purchase, we want you to budget, but sometimes we've put ourselves in bad spots. Today's sponsor is PDS Debt. Getting into debt is so easy. Getting out of debt, not so much. It can cause so much stress, so much anxiety, especially when money can be tight. There's a lot of people that struggle with their debt. Well, help is available. Turn to PDS Debt. In case you need a refresher, this is why PDS Debt is so amazing. PDS Debt has customizable options for you if you are struggling with debt such as credit cards, personal loans, collections, or even medical debt. If you're making debt payments every month and you feel like your balance is not going down, reach out to PDS Debt because they can help you. PDS Debt provides a way to consolidate your debts into one monthly note. Listen to this, everyone over $10,000 is eligible and qualifies. There's no minimum credit score required. If you have bad credit, fair credit, it doesn't matter. Let PDS help. Some of us, though, have not been taught what to do with money and how to take care of your budgets and take care of your spending. Well, if you've put yourself in bad situations with debt, maybe you couldn't help it and you had some medical problems that come along, let PDS help you. If you can learn to consolidate, put it under one amount, save thousands and try to get it off of you quick, then we can start working on how to save money. Then we can work on how to get things to barter with, how to be a better prepper, how to be someone who can take care of their finances a lot better. PDS Debt is the top rated company on Google. They have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. PDS Debt is offering a free debt analysis to all my viewers and all my listeners. It only takes 30 seconds. Head on over to pdsdebt.com/themax to get your free assessment today. Thank you, PDS Debt, for sponsoring today's video. Hopefully those guys can help. Check them out. If you are in a good bit of debt, they can help you mitigate that, get back on a budget, and hopefully you can start working towards this list. Number 3, I would say, is going to be over-the-counter meds. Now, I don't take over-the-counter meds. We actually make a lot of our own natural remedies, actually buy Jace Medical for our antibiotics, but over-the-counter meds this time of year, you're coming out of the flu season. So when that comes, there tends to be rollbacks on cough medicines, cough drops, all that. Now, I don't particularly say let's just stockpile tons of over-the-counter medicines, but this time of year they tend to be a little bit cheaper because they have this overstock supply from cold and flu season and the winter season. So there's nothing wrong with going through and buying some of that stuff. Now, this is what I always tell you when it comes to medicine, antibiotics, any of that. Learn to do things by eating holistically, having natural medicines, having natural remedies. Definitely, that is key. You can go back and watch any of my videos. I push that. But then there's times you just say, you know what, why don't I buy these things a just-in-case situation? Just in case, so I don't have to go and grab some extra Tylenol or extra whatever, Robitussin or whatever it may be. Now, I would also challenge you to buy the more organic or natural remedy versions of those things. So they make like versions that are not so economic and cheap from China. They make some American-made over-the-counter meds. Check those out. I would challenge you to purchase some of the stuff just to put it up. Again, we don't want to push using these, but if worse comes to worse and we get the sniffles or get sick and we cannot break it with home remedies, I don't want to go to the doctor, so this would be the next best thing. So over-the-counter meds tends to be on rollback right now. Grab some of those. Number 4 would actually go along with number 1 and 3, dealing with us scenarily going somewhere off farm the next few weeks, and it is literally a little first aid survival kit. Now, this first aid survival kit, the reason I say you could build your own, we've got tons of videos on that, but we buy these little ready-made transport first aid kits. I'll link the ones that I personally have. It comes with everything you need, such as small trauma, such as first aid, such as the basic necessities to get you out of a bind. This would be great to have. Make sure you have these things in your automobile or at your disposal, because you never know when you may need some of these little things. So I'm going to show you a picture of the one that I've got, and to be honest with you, there's so many of these you can buy from American-made companies that are phenomenal to purchase from and help support local businesses. But buy some of these, because again, when we talk about survival issues and we talk about taking care of our families, medically that's a big deal, and therefore if we see more stress and panic and trauma, I'm going to tell you this, read about it. In cities especially, What they have seen is because of all these outbreaks, because of all these migrant shelters, because of all these issues and sicknesses that are going around there, a lot of the urgent cares and ERs are getting absolutely bombarded. So if we could have a little stockpile of a, little first aid kit, little mini hospital, little nursing station in our home, it makes a world of difference because it allows us not to have to go to the doctor all the time. We have to learn to be a little bit more sustainable, and having a kit that is built already with all the necessities and learning what these necessities are would be huge. And number 5, I've bought these a lot, but I bought 2 different versions of water storage this week. Just to, again, to make sure that I have enough water for my family. We're a family of 8. Anytime we travel, we take some with us. Anytime we're at home, we have some. We do water catchment. We do it all. We have a lake, we have a river. But you can never be too redundant when it comes to preparedness and taking care of your family. We have a lot of freeze-dried foods that we've put up in our prepper's pantry, so we want to make sure that we have a lot of water stockpiled. Remember, you need to stockpile at least 3 gallons per day per person at minimal, keeping your family safe and sustainable through any situation. Well, there's a lot of talks of war and rumors of war, which is kind of biblical. We're going to see tougher times. So I bought 2 different ones. This one's a 55-gallon drum I purchased. I bought it off Amazon. You can buy those at local stores, but I do want food grade, so I try to find food grade, and even though I'm paying a little bit more for it, I'd like to have it. Also, I bought some of these. These you can buy from Legacy Food or from Amazon. Just find out what's cheaper for you. I want water storage. Now, a lot of people will say, well, Colby, why don't you buy the little dollar water jugs from Walmart? You can, there's no problem with that. But remember, that's not long-term storage. Remember, they're using the cheapest plastic known to man, which has tons of chemicals made up in it, PFOS and all that kind of stuff. So, and BPA and all the things that are bad for us. So they're giving us water. However, over time, that plastic, I'm scared, is going to seep into that water. So personally, if I'm buying any water that is in plastic, I'm trying to get it out as quick as possible. Now say you can't, that's okay. I would challenge you to have water than not have water, of course. But if you can purchase some true water containment storage, it would be huge. So this is another purchase I made this week. I think this would be a great purchase for you. Here's some things to go along with that. What about a RV style hose that deals with water? Moving water from a hose that is in a containment that is safe. What about filtration? Say you have enough water, what about more filtration devices? What about on-the-go filtration? Stuff like Sawyer water filters or the bladder bags, anything like that would be great to have. So think about, think through that and say, you know what, that would probably benefit me more than some of the other. Now, for instance, say you don't need the over-the-counter meds. Look at antibiotics, places like Jace Medical. Say, for instance, you're like, I'm not taking over-the-counter meds. Look at things like we've talked before about liquor. Even though we don't drink liquor, liquor helps you build tinctures. So maybe you need to learn how to make tinctures. Well, how do you make tinctures? You have to look at books. Nicole Apillion has a great book on remedies, finding wild foods to build tinctures with, understanding how to use your garden or use foods that you naturally buy and how you can make them tinctures and medicines to heal our bodies. So, when we talk about listing, some of this may not be for you, but it may be where it just spikes a thought. So, you know what? That would be a good buy. I didn't like what he said, but I do like the fact that I came up with this. This was great. Again, our goal is not to tell you to buy. Our goal is to tell you to learn and be wise. And sometimes when we have to buy things, let's buy things that matter. Let's make sure that we're buying things that could benefit our family, because there's going to come a time where we cannot depend on the government or America to take care of us or our neighbors to take care of us. It's going to fall back on us. Guys, I hope this video helps. Remember, go check out PDS Debt. I think they could benefit you if you're in a bind, struggling. My goal is always to teach you budgeting, saving money, making sure that you're building up bartering assets. And only ways you can do that is if you're financially independent. That's hard to do, I understand, especially in this economy. But if you learn to get on a budget, learn to consolidate and try to get rid of your debt, it's huge. Guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless. Happy homesteading, y'all.
Yeah, it makes me wonder.